Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
What's good? What's going on, guys? Whoa, this is an emergency video. Emergency, guys. I'm not the one setting this emergency. Hold on. So, an investment bank in New York put out this article today. Bitcoin set for significant bull market. Analyst targets 225. Was this not a bull market the last year? I don't think it's done. I'm going to give you all the cases for this, guys. I thought it was done. So look, guys, let's read what this investment bank said, and I'm going to give you why you should buy these stocks. And you have to act upon it. But by the way, first, you need to smash that like button. You need to drop a comment that you watched this video so everybody else on YouTube can see it. So they upped it from the 145 target. Now, that's what I had as well. 125, 150. Now, I'm going to tell you why this could go on and on and on. And there's a reason behind that. Okay, so we're just going to ignore this for a minute. But he goes, mining stocks are seen once again outperforming Bitcoin in 2025 as fundamentals improve for the group. True, 2024 was such a bad year for mining stocks. And you notice because of their kind of performance got halved, the revenue got halved. People weren't as interested in them like before. As you've seen in 2021, what happened, most of them actually seen all-time highs. So I think we're back. And you can see it here, guys. Today, you've got Marathon Holdings. You've got Clean Spark, Riot, 15% each, right? And they're actually outperforming MicroStrategy today. So if we look at 5 years, this is where Marathon Digital was in 5 years, at just almost at $100. And they didn't have the kind of Bitcoin they have now. They don't have the money they have now in holding Bitcoin. And they don't have the hash rate they have now in mining. So what does that mean, guys? Well, pay very close attention because this means nothing to me. What really matters is what's going on in the world. China economy could soon face a massive debt crisis. What? So you're telling me all the Chinese money is going to come into Bitcoin? Actually, everything that side of the world is now flooding towards Bitcoin. And of course, the rest of the world sees this and they're like, oh, I'm scared. Let me just put it in Bitcoin or let me put it in US dollar. You can see US dollars outperforming the euro and the rest of the currencies. So I think the safest country will probably be the US, and it will be the number one again. That's even before Trump takes office and makes quote unquote America great again. I'm not that kind of guy that says America great again. I'm just saying, right? I don't care. I'm not from that side of the world. So I'm not getting political. Just what I'm saying that's what I'm saying, right? So Bitcoin actually gapped up today as well, 98,000. And this guy comes out today and puts out his price prediction. And that was yesterday, okay? And Marathon reacted today with a 12% pump after, of course, dropping by 30% from the highs, 17th of December. Now it has 21% gap to reclimb this. So if you buy now, you might actually make 20% on this. That's before it even breaks out. However, let's not just look at technicals here. Let's look at what it released today, Marathon Digital Holdings. By the way, this thing isn't just a mining company. And like I said, mining stocks have like 4 years or 3 years left to get their act together and transition into something meaningful where they can reduce their cost for the future. And this is the only company that I can see is doing that. And they're doing that by moving towards clean energy and renewable energy. And that's really the most, I guess, anticipated use case for 2023 clean energy world that we're, the whole world is looking forward to. So that's going to be something to be kind of, I guess, hot down the line after the Bitcoin era. Okay. So they do have 4.2 billion. And let me just bring this to your attention here. I think this report that was released today, right here, Asian Net. So 53% exahash, or 53.2 exahash. That's the highest in the industry, in the mining industry. A 15% increase from November. So really what you're seeing, guys, is they're actually going back to 2000 and pre-halving revenue levels. And pre-halving revenue levels means these guys can be profitable if Bitcoin remains at 100 grand or 100,000 a pop. They can actually turn green and turn profitable, earning per share or so. You know what happens to the stock price when that happens? Skyrocket. Now these guys are telling us Bitcoin will hit $250,000 this bull market. So imagine what Marathon can do. Now I'm not really, guys, there's only a few stocks that I really get to make videos for. Yes, who am I to make these kind of videos? You clearly said, Monopoly, you have a kind of, you have something in the game. You have a little bit of skin here. Yes, I do. I've got $250,000 in this game. How about that? In this trade. And look, all I'm saying, guys, is this trade has always worked out. If you've been following me, you know I've been bragging about all my results for 2024. And it was mostly in Marathon Digital Holdings. It seems like it's not done. And of course, it all relies on this. But what I see, guys, is if Bitcoin remains over the 100,000 mark and it kind of stays around that for 2025 or so, even half of it, these guys will see the gains that I think we were supposed to see in 2024. And that is for it to break the the old time, I guess, the resistance that it was holding, and that was the $30 mark, okay? So this is the resistance for Marathon, guys. You can see, tested it once, it dropped, tested it again. So just $30 is just a mean number for this stock. But I feel like the next stop for this, when it does rally, is around $40, and from there, the craze happens, okay? And of course, that all depends back on Bitcoin. We are in this trade. Yes, we are in this trade privately. And, I'm making these videos, but I have no control over the Bitcoin price. I can only make predictions based on what I see. And what I see is, of course, you got a new president that says everything is going to be great for Bitcoin. And we're going to try and make America the Bitcoin capital. And you also have China going into a debt crisis. The U.S. is borderline, but the U.S. is the U.S. They have something to show for it. They've got an actual economy to show for it. And if that economy doesn't match the debt, then Bitcoin becomes, and gold become the next thing, right? So it doesn't matter what happens. If the stock market collapses, all I know is Mara has 4-point-something billion in cash, in Bitcoin, that is. And if Bitcoin keeps going, this stock will come out on top, right? I'm not saying it will crash. I'm just saying, right? I like stocks that have cash. Even though this is debt due for 2030, if Bitcoin goes the way it's going, it will most likely make double what it borrowed. And that is probably $4 billion in profit. Okay, that's if they decide to sell and whatnot. That's me done. Appreciate you for watching. Let me know if you're holding Mara. Show me some enthusiasm. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.